It's that time once again, and welcome to round 4 of Realm of Racing. And we're here tonight at the winding streets of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. The drivers get prepared as the battle for Baku gets underway at another city street circuit that's going to push these drivers to their full ability. Very little runoff room, so they will not have much leeway to make any mistakes tonight. And with ghosting off this week, again, watch out for the domino effect, especially at the corners like the castle. And with the championship battle grows ever tighter, with the top 4 only separated by 4 points. With me as always, my man Hunter.
Yes, sir. We're here for another round, and it's gonna be a crazy one. So we've got some new faces. Obviously, I've got the standings up, and obviously in the AlphaTauri's, we've officially got Tails, who did compete last week in the Mercedes, had an unfortunate ending to his race, but he's now taking a permanent role in the AlphaTauri, and Dwight Chow, who is also joined in, a very quick driver in the AlphaTauri as well, filling in those 2 seats. So yeah, and as you said, Total Carney leading the championship right now, 42 points, only leading by 1 point to David, who unfortunately has not been able to show up to this race, who had a little bit of an emergency. So hopefully next week we're able to get back to, that championship fight. But this week, Total Carney has a good chance to maybe extend his lead. But Biohazard also 2 points behind, has an easy chance to also possibly push himself up the ladder, and Gelfi at 36 points. So yeah, it's looking like a very close championship. Obviously, our top 5 only separated by 10 right now.
Yeah, for sure. And then even not too low underneath that, there's still being so early in the season and stuff, nobody's really out of it yet completely.
Right, I mean, Azure sitting down there still, both the Red Bulls sitting down in 6th and 7th at 27 points for Azure and 22 for Rua. So, I mean, both of those guys, if they were just they're able to pick up just a little bit of a pace, a little bit of luck, they could end up with a win, maybe a 2nd place, a 3rd place, and we've seen Azure in those positions already this season. So, I mean, yeah, you can't count out any of these guys right now in the top 10, honestly.
Yeah, the Red Bulls just haven't got the qualities down yet, and they've had to fight back every single race, which is, they've done very well at that and stuff. Azure especially done very well, making up a lot of positions so far, but putting himself in a bad start every way, having to climb back out the hill. But yeah, I'm excited for it because they're starting to.
I'm on board with Groovy. It looks like he's about to go on his first lap of the qualifying session. So, I mean, going through these first few combinations of corners, this red wall just seems to come up on you so quickly. But what do you think about this circuit? How do you like this circuit?
Yeah, no, I'm a fan of it. It's a very tricky circuit, definitely the middle sector through the castle, but I'm definitely a fan of it because it's a technical track and stuff, but once you hook it up, it's very satisfying, though, for sure.
Right, and I mean, personally, I think this is one of the better tracks just for racing on the calendar, at least for this game. I think it's, and in real life, obviously. Oh, Groovy taps the wall there going into the chicane. But as I was saying, I think it's one of the better. It's easier to overtake, kind of like Monza, Austria. It's got a very long straight, obviously. I mean, so
yeah, the back straight is over a mile long.
It's not going to be hard to get that toe.
Yeah, well, you're driving a mile and a half, and you got DRS open. You can make up a lot of pace on somebody in front of you.
Oh yeah, even in quali here, I'm interested to see if any of the teammates possibly choose to give their teammate the toe. I mean, Groovy doesn't have that luxury, unfortunately, this week with Milky missing out, but it's still, he could possibly get in the right position and get behind somebody else, maybe starting a lap at the right time. You never know. Getting that toe could be definitely the difference between possibly, I think, a half second. I think it's possibly that strong if you get it all the way down the straight.
It could put you potentially from P1 to down back out of the top 10. Easy.
Right, yeah.
Easy
I
there.
agree.
As Groovy does go ahead and put a 1:38.3 Canadian on P1 and Bio P2 so far, early off.
Right, Chow coming around across the line. He's actually on the mediums at the moment.
It
does say he's on an outlap, so I think this is his first pusher.
Yeah, so he's gonna look to see what he can do with these medium tires right here. If he has the pace to get up in the top 10, obviously you have to start on whatever tire you race on if you qualify that high, and that'd put him off in a good position starting if you could start on the mediums, because tire wear on this track, definitely scraped the wall pretty hard there, but
still at it, still at it. I think that's one of the few places on the F1 car this year that doesn't seem to affect you too much. It doesn't look like he has any floor damage.
No, it almost, that corner almost, if you can almost tap the rear to straighten you up sometimes.
Right, it'll help you in some cases. I know that's the truth on Singapore. Sometimes it may be, it'll definitely help you get some stability in the car. Other times it'll send you into the other side, so it depends. But yeah,
already a big...
Dwight choosing to wait for everybody to go out and do a lap, basically before he comes out and even does his first.
Smooth through the castle there.
Yeah, that was very, very tidy.
That's one of the most difficult little sets. It's a very satisfying section though whenever you super smooth, but that little bump right before that.
Curb.
Oh, a lot of bump there. Wow, a lot of curb.
He took it well though.
I'm surprised he carried that much speed running that curb
there. A little bit squirrely out of what I guess is the second to last turn. I don't even know the turn numbers here, but going
I think that was 19 right now.
Section of corners now, straightening out. Doesn't get any help from the Aston Martin there. Let's see what he puts in on those medium tires. He goes into P6, so not a bad lap from him, but I do think that that's a lap that could probably be beaten rather easily, as that's about a second and a half off of pole. I mean, and we know from the previous races that this could be. These qualities have been very, very close.
Oh yes, no, the gaps have been very tight. That's for sure. Even in the top 5 right now, all pretty much within less than a second.
Yeah, I'm interested to see.
Azure also put in a medium lap time, and it's in the top 10. Oh no, he's still in the top 10 right now, but that time will probably definitely get over.
I mean, some guys obviously choosing to. Oh my gosh, Gelfie almost just went into the wall there. Oh my god, he's on his outlap and he almost went into the wall. That would have been. He's got a train
of cars behind him.
And yeah, this is his first lap of the qualifying, so I mean he's basically waited half the qualifying session to put in his first lap. So I mean a little bit of confidence there coming from Gelfie, I think.
I can't see if these cars in front of him are all on laps, but if he can time it right, he'll definitely get a tow down the front straight at least.
Well, I think that's Nander ahead of him? No, it's not. So that's Nat ahead of him, but Nat is also on an outlap. So, I mean, still, though, even if Nat is on an outlap, he might want to stay in this in this position to maybe get a little bit of a tow. But the only thing about this game is I don't know if it's quite confirmed whether or not you really can even get a distant tow, because I know you don't want to be even within. You don't want to be within that 7.5 tenths that it was from last season.
No, not around this circuit. No.
So sometimes I think it's better to almost just get lucky with it, or I think it's better to start your lap normally and then try to possibly catch either the person that's ahead of you, or like without getting in the dirty air. I agree. Or doing something.
You don't want to compromise yourself the whole most of the circuit just to get a tow at the end if you're going to be losing time to the first 2 sectors.
Right, and Tails actually just jumped in a pole with a 137.5, so he hopped ahead of Canadian. And I mean, those two had a really good battle for the first 3 laps of the last race at Monaco, but unfortunately Tails did have that spin at the chicane, so it might be some revenge here for Tails. I mean,
he feels like he missed out because we definitely were robbed a battle there with that wreck and stuff. That was gonna be quite a battle the whole race. For sure.
Oh yeah, I agree. Dwight's still in. So Dwight did a second lap on those mediums, and he's now in P5. So he's done better.
Improved.
He's improved. Okay. Yeah, he improved about 0.3 on that second lap. Groovy's in P4. about 7/10 off of that pole time. Bio in third. So again, the Alfa Romeos showing their strength both in the top three. Looking like a strong weekend for them again. So we'll see what happens with them. But I can't even see how much time there is. But I think we should be getting into the latter stages. About 5.5 minutes left. So yeah.
Yeah, quality is getting rounded down now.
And yeah, it's the
What's up,
top
Matt?
six all within a second. And I think J-Mick definitely. I mean, he's going in. I think he's going into the pits right now, but definitely probably feeling like he can do better because him being a second off that time, I know he wouldn't be too happy with that. So it'll be interesting to see if he can improve on that. And also, Azor strapping on the softs for the first time here, so we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, it looks like Tito, is he on an in lap? See, DRS is open for him, but
It looks like Thunder is just. Oh, Thunder's going into the pits. Okay, I was about to say. So here comes Gelfie on his.
oh, Nat
Well,
was on a
actually, I think
lap
he
there, and
was
he
on a
went
lap
ahead
there.
and put it
Actually,
on
yeah.
P2. I
So
did see
Nat goes
Nat.
to P2 with a 37.7. Gelfie goes into P9 with a 38.8. So I mean, Gelfie not really putting in the best of laps. So he's got to get back to the pits and strap a new pair of softs on. Hopefully, get a better lap in.
It looks like West Echo's the only one to not throw in a lap yet. He's on an out lap now.
Yeah, I think
Found across the
Azor actually is on a lap, I believe. So he is in. I mean, he's on the soft. So I think he's gonna be feeling very, very racy now.
Well, you've seen his first time on the mediums. He's back at P15, so the mediums for him did not have the pace on those. He's not going to look to qualify that far back for
Of
sure.
course, yeah. I mean, maybe if he was in like P9, he'd maybe shoot for that P11 spot because it can be very, very. It can be very helpful to start on the
Beneficial.
softs. Right. Start on the option
Mediums,
tire,
for
but
sure.
yeah,
Or hards, potentially.
it's probably too hard to tell with how close this squad is.
Which I'm not sure if anyone's would elect to go hards. Maybe at the start. I don't know
You
if
could
I
do
would.
it because I think a soft hard might be possible here. I think a soft hard is possible here. I think you might need like maybe one or two safety cars to go your way, but I think a one stop is definitely possible here with a
I
soft.
can't remember how many laps. Is it roughly 20 something laps tonight?
I do not remember either,
I
but
think it's roughly 25 or 29 or something like that, roughly.
have
Yeah,
a quick
yeah, I
look.
could see you
26,
running
26.
26. Okay, so yeah,
Hopefully I
hard
didn't
soft
put the
could
wrong
work out
amount
pretty
of
good
laps
actually.
in the steward's notes. But in the steward's notes I have it, yeah, it's 26 laps. So,
Oh, so
um,
yeah, hard soft could be a pretty
yeah,
good strategy there for
yeah.
sure.
The Joya actually hops into P8 with a 138.3. See, does Rua
Yeah, so
improve on that lap? Doesn't really look like he did. Not sure if he's just now. He might just now be going actually on his hot lap.
on another lap, about to see if he opens DRS here. I
It's
cannot
giving me
see.
a camera. Yeah, it is open. I can see it in the rear view mirror actually.
Okay, it looks like he's still pushing here. Yeah,
He's
these
definitely
corners,
pushing.
them
He's
curves are
definitely pushing.
definitely you could run some of the curves, but you don't want to hit them too hard because it just slings you off track, offline, right into the wall. And
Right.
this track's so technical, you want to just
It's
hit
so
every
tight.
apex you
You
definitely
don't
can.
want to. Yeah, you don't want to be over pushing your limits here. So it looks like an Alpha
No, this is
Tauri ahead of him. Hopefully he does it. Oh, having a little bit of a
oh
moment out of the castle. Definitely, I think he
yeah,
might be abandoning this lap. I think that definitely just kind of ruined it.
yeah, big save there to keep the car out of the wall.
Dwight putting on a pair of softs now, so not accepting that
Yeah,
position in P7 with the mediums, saying let's put on a pair of softs and see if we can put this thing on pole. He's 137.5 right now from tails is the time to beat.
yeah, with almost a minute left to go. Azure dips into the pit, so he's going to be content with that. As J-Mix starts About to start his lap coming up. Or is he on a hot lap? Looks like J-Mick is pushing to the castle there.
Let's take a look. Let's see if J-Mick is pushing or not. I can't tell you there.
One lap on the softs already. Yeah, this corner right there, definitely that bump will make you bounce right into that wall.
Yeah, you avoid the curb.
In my opinion, that corner, it's a very simple corner, but a tricky corner that like gets overlooked a lot.
It is, and there's so much time that can be gained or lost there, going into the final. I mean, if you're already close to somebody in a race there, then and one of you makes a mistake into that corner, it could definitely end both of your races. So.
Yeah, with DRS right after that, you could.
So J-Mick only improves about one position. I think he goes into from 8th to 7th. Oh, there's a yellow flag in the castle. Somebody's crashing the castle section. I think it was Rua.
Oh, Bio is out as well.
Did Bio run into him? Yeah, I think he has. I think we've got like somewhat of a pile up into the section. Are they making it through? I think I just saw another car just go into the abyss.
Yeah, I can't find a car that's.
I know I can't either.
Section.
There's an AlphaTauri.
McLaren in there.
Oh. Oh no.
The McLaren is about to approach this.
Yep, here he comes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so one's in the runoff.
Definitely debris.
And then one was in the wall.
Yeah, there is not a cut-through road there anymore. You can't pull a
not really affected. I think he's
corner.
still pushing here. It looks like he's still pushing at least.
Yeah, he might try to go for another lap on these softs. I mean, he does only have one lap on him and stuff. I mean, if he can improve enough, it might be worth it.
Mert gets out of the way. As I think Nat actually goes back into P2. Canadian losing that P2 spot to Nat again.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of them retirements were from that.
I know. It's Canadian and Bio.
Oh, and J-Mick almost clips the AlphaTauri coming around there. Wow.
Play with his life on this qualifying lap. And he goes into the pits. It wasn't good enough for him. So I don't think anybody else is really on a lap. Maybe Gelfie here. I think Gelfie actually is on a lap. He might have been the last one to cross the line. Groovy maybe also on a lap. Yeah, Groovy. I think Groovy is finishing out his lap. Let's see.
Well, it's Gelfie
going
here.
into the pits. Let's see about Gelfie. He's going to finish the lap. And he proves, but he's only going, and he might regret that. He might regret that. He just went from, I think, P12 maybe to P10. Maybe he was in P13.
Yeah, jumped him up.
But he just jumped up only a couple spots, and it's going to force him to start on those softs instead of being able to start on the option. But that, I think, wraps up our qualifying session. So Tails in pole, or on pole with a 137.5. Nat with a 137.7, sliding into that P2 spot. Right behind Canadian. I mean, right in front of Canadian, I'm sorry. Just by the slenderest of margins by about 5,000. So, I mean, again, a very close battle between our top three. I didn't see where Dwight actually ended up because he might have maybe made a mistake while he put it on those softs because, no, it looks like, yeah, he's going to choose to start on those mediums in P8. So we'll see how that strategy works out for him.
So it did push him into the top 10 here. Only 0.7 back on the mediums too.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty damn good pace right there. And if he can carry that into race pace, it'll look very good. But TC in Mr. Consistent in P4
yes, sir.
with a 137.8. Bio, our latest race winner from Monaco with a 138.1, sliding into P5. Groovy having maybe a bit of a turn of luck starting in P6, so maybe he can have a better race. J-Mick in the same position that he actually finished in last race, P7. Dwight in P8, Azure P9, Gelfie in P10. So that'll do it for our top 10. I mean, Thunder in P11, he's going to be the one that really is going to be looking to hopefully undercut all these guys and have a good race.
Yeah, we're looking forward to this one right here. It's definitely going to be quite exciting, this opening lap. and you know
I mean,
everybody is.
it wasn't, it's not the longest run on turn one, but if you can get through what could be carnage at turn one and set yourself up well after turn two, and you can really make up a lot of positions in that short period of time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we'll definitely look for some. The late breakers are gonna come. You already know somebody's gonna try it to late break, and if you're on the outside here, especially in the first two corners where you don't want to be, you can get easily pushed up into the wall
Oh
so
yeah.
easy here.
And I'm cheating a little bit. I'm looking at the race director, and it looks like everybody from P11 and back is on the mediums.
Yeah, so they're gonna look to stretch their tires out. And we'll see, because last week we did
Ooh,
not
I
have a
hate this
safety car at
anxiety.
all.
Oh, what is it? Come on. And here we go. So we're getting into the formation lap now. Tail's gonna be leading us around.
Get my telemetry back up.
Yep.
Yes, so it will be a 26 lap race.
Right. I think and the boys are getting some solace here. I think it's dry. I think will be dry for the entirety. It doesn't look like there's any clouds or anything like that. So yeah, Tails on pole. It'll be interesting to see how aggressive is Canadian going to be off the start.
Not warming up the tire. He almost looks like Kimmy out there, just driving straight through and getting a little bit of a gap in between while everybody else is warming up their tires.
Well, what I'll tell you though is something I've noticed about this game is doing a slow safety car or slow formation lap or slow weaving it just doesn't work. It doesn't warm up the tires that much this year. Which is realistic. I honestly I'll like blip the throttle quite a bit.
You don't want to do it too early anyways on the beginning of the lap, really.
And I'll just blip the throttle a lot just to get the rears warmed up. But if you're behind a bunch of people, sometimes you're better off just kind of passing them, honestly, as long as you don't cause an incident. Sometimes it's better to just pass them, and it's better sometimes, like I said, it's better to just do a fast outlap like situation. But he does need to slow it down here soon, as TC must have made contact with something or somebody, because he is at the line waiting for everybody else. Yeah, he's going to slow it down
to his grid spot there.
And Nat might also try to
transmission.
Some gamesmanship may be coming from Nat. He might try to also slow it down so the pole leader has cold tires at the line. We'll see here, because he is still he's quite a bit up the road still.
Oh, for sure. Tails will definitely be sitting there. Won't be sitting as long as TC, but he will be sitting there for a little bit. Because I think the last place, Cruster T, is just now coming around, or coming through the last set of corners now. And like I was saying earlier, which I did not realize, this last straightaway is over a mile long. It's almost a mile and a half long.
Oh my gosh, look how far back the Red Bull is.
I mean, it is quite a run down.
So the car is all filling up the grid as we speak. The anxiety filling up in these drivers and also in me, because I'm very excited to see how this race turns out. And for some reason, it's still saying that TC. Okay, there we go. TC is back to not being DSQ'd, but
the revs are rising. The lights are about to go out.
5
and we
lights
wait for green.
And we're away. It looks like Tails did get a good start. The Mercedes coming over.
TC tries to dip down to the inside. Canadians gonna run wide. They make it through.
TC does get through. The Mercedes is around. That is the sub of Nander. Too wide right now at turn 2 between the Alpine. And that is ballsy from Canadian.
And Canadian makes the move. That was quite racing right there.
That was amazing racing.
And the McLaren is going to think about it, but no, not going to dip his nose in just yet. J-Mick falls right back behind.
Groovy J-Mick Dwight, there's a yellow flag, but they are all so
Bio
close to each
all
right
the
there.
way down. Bio is out.
Bio is out of the race, so our previous race winner out of the race in the first lap. Will this be a safety car? It doesn't look like it. It looks like they're going to continue racing. So Tails still with an advantage, a 7/10 gap over Nat.
Yeah, I'm
Is
not sure
everybody
exactly
going through
what
Castle?
happened there.
Are we going to
But
make it through
Bio-
cleanly? It does look
Yeah,
like
they're
we
all
do.
single file now.
It looks like, yes, everybody makes it through cleanly. So Tito does, I think, drop down the order. And it looks like, yeah, he's dropped down 4 positions. Rua is up 4 positions into P10. But other than that, the top 4 has stayed the exact same. So it's looking like we might get into somewhat of a DRS train kind of early. It's only lap 1, so I guess we'll wait and see as we go down the straight for the first time in the race.
Yeah, they look to carry the slip. J-Mix right there behind Groovy as they all file. Single file, he's going to look down to the inside. Groovy defends it, though, and not going to give up that position that easy there.
Yeah, J-Mick, I mean, they're all so incredibly close to each other. All of basically P4 to P8, P9, all of them within about a second of each other, a second and a half, so it's super close racing for the boys.
Looks like Power Up must have had an incident as well as he goes ahead and dips into the pits. Yeah, super close. The leader within a second. Nat still right there trying to hold on. Hopefully he can stay within a second before DRS will be enabled next lap. 1.3, Canadian is back. And they're just riding single file right now.
Yeah,
Just
I
trying
think
to
the
hold
biggest
suit.
thing here is that Dwight is sticking inside of the DRS, or it really just... Oh, the McLaren has spun! J-Mick has spun! J-Mick has spun out of the castle section,
Oh, no,
so
and he's
everybody
sitting there.
is going to get basically promoted a free position. And as I was
And he
just
is-
talking about Dwight, yeah, the McLaren makes a spin right in front of him.
Does a good job waiting and not pulling out in front of nobody. And Power Up and Routine right beside him. Routine's wing is gone.
Oh,
He
no.
gets pushed into the wall a little bit.
And he's going to be
And his
super
front wing is
understeering.
gone.
Yeah, he's going to have to obviously go into the pits now.
Super unfortunate there.
Tails obviously setting the fastest lap. Nat still sticking in that DRS, so yeah, everybody from the leader back is gonna have the DRS. Groovy really needs to just pick it up a tiny bit to get into the detection zone, I believe, but I think everybody is gonna have DRS, so Tails not able to get out of the DRS of the leading pack. So I mean, everybody in this top 6, everybody in this top 7 really still has a chance.
Yeah, they're starting to get a little bit of a gap formed up the leaders here, and they all, like you're saying, the DRS train is starting to form now. Tails did not get the gap, and Nat is going to look to attack on that long straightaway at the end. And Canadian right there too.
Looks
He's
like
gonna have
Nat
to
might
watch
have made
his
a
rear view.
mistake. He's dropped back already a little bit. Tails, it looks like it's kind of bouncing around, but it's in that 9/10 or 9/10 area, and it's going to be close whether or not Tails can get the advantage. But it looks
the
like
detection
Nat
zone.
made up a lot of time through Castle, so maybe these guys are just playing a little bit of chess right now. Some of them are gaining time in certain areas of the track, whereas Nat has obviously gained time in another part. So it's tough to
Yeah, I
say.
did
It's
see
very
Nat go
tough to
wide
say.
a couple times there, but he definitely had such a good middle sector that he made it back up though.
Canadian's
but,
very
he's
close to
outside
the
of
back.
seconds now.
Canadian's
though.
very close to Nat. Canadian's very close. He's 4/10 back going into this DRS zone. He could be in danger. If he doesn't have the DRS, he is definitely going to be in danger.
I don't think he's gonna get it. Oh no, he is gonna get it. Nat's gonna have it as well. He just got it there. But I think he's too far back. He's not gonna be close
he's
enough
not
to
going to be
Tails.
able to get. Neither of them are going to be able to get the move done. 3 wide on the straight between the McLaren, the Red Bull, and the Alpine.
And Thunder's gonna go
There's
around
going to
the
be
outside.
contact. Oh, there's going to be a wall tap.
Can Thunder make a hold? No, Goldie's gonna dip back
They're
to
still
the
going to be
inside.
side by side. I think Gelfie hit the inside of the wall. There's a Williams around. That's Groovy. Groovy going to drop down the order. I think I may have cursed him as well. But, dude, Gelfie and Thunder are still side by side.
Goldie
And they
makes
finally
the
go
move
back
stick.
into single
Great
file.
racing.
Wow.
As Rua made up a lot of time right there as they were battling. That was great, clean racing right there.
They were
You
side
know
by
that they were
side
just-
for so long. Omada switched off for a little bit, and they're going to go side by side again. Thunder's going for the move. He gets it done.
What a move!
Wow,
Right there.
so
Thunder
I'm
had
wondering,
Such a great
I
run.
thought Thunder may have picked up some damage, but maybe he is perfectly fine. I don't know. He's going a little bit slow. There's a virtual safety car
There's a
out.
virtual out. A virtual safety car has been deployed.
And look at the gap. The gap between the front. It's basically a four-man fight right now. But it's super close at the front still.
Yeah, and this safety car is kind of going to help because I almost feel like Tails was just about to start getting the gap, and he's going to get a good
Here
jump
we're back
right
to
there as it goes
racing,
green.
yeah. And I'm interested to see, are they going to be able to get the jump here at the start? Nat, he's still too far back, it looks like. They're all too far back. They're all at 7/10. They're all just too far back.
Yeah, he's not going to carry enough speed there.
And Azure, at some point, must have made a big mistake. He was only 3 seconds behind the leaders, and now he's basically... I don't know what's happened to him, but Thunder and Gelfie are still racing right now. Carney and West Echo both head into the pits. I don't know if that's an undercut for Carney or if that's damage. Let me take a look. They are changing the wing. Total Carney with damage on the wing that he puts on hard.
Trying to make a move too on Thunder. He's gonna dip down to the inside. Thunder has been side by side this whole race.
This has been insane racing. So Thunder, unfortunately, losing 2 positions off of that, but still overall he has gained in the complexion of the race. Let me check the tires really quick, and yeah, he's on the medium tires, 4 laps old, obviously starting the race on those. So he's in a great position in P9, still on those mediums. But I think he needs to be ahead of Nander. He needs to be as high of a medium runner as he possibly can be.
Yeah, so it's still pretty close up front.
Yeah, I think that's our closest battle other than Thunder and Nander. It's Canadian and Nat.
Yeah, Canadian he's been closing and just closing, and I think he's gonna look to make the move this lap here.
Can't get impatient, but yeah, he does look very close this time. Nat's still gonna have that DRS from the leader. Excuse me. As the leader goes into the pits, he's going to go for possibly an undercut.
They're both dipping into the pits. So Canadian dips in behind him.
Luckily, no penalty. So, yeah, Tails and Canadian going for the undercut. Nat going to take an extra lap or two to just chill out and stay out. Dwight probably wishing that all 3 of those guys went in, as Groovy actually ends up retiring, unfortunately. And that's going to be a safety car, and that might be huge for Nat, because
I do see his car sitting there on the track, but I don't see what happened to him though.
I think that it has just helped out Nat tremendously, because now during this safety car, Gelfie and Canadian and they've come out in P7. And where has Tails come out? So P5. So this is going to help Nat tremendously, because he's still got a 12-second gap back to Azure. I believe he can pit during this, put on the hards, and still come out ahead of Azure.
And we've seen him push tires for quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
Surprisingly, on controller, he's able to manage his tires.
It's a 5-second penalty for collision with West Echo. It looks like they both pick up penalties. That one might be looked at the end of the race.
And J-Mix missing a whole front wing.
He's not going to be happy about that. Yep, he is missing a full wing. At least it is during a safety car. But it looks like this is going to be a long safety car, because we have got a huge gap between the fields. So this one is going to be a long one for sure.
Yeah, at least a few laps for sure to get everybody queued back up. So this is going to give a chance for a lot of people to pit here. We're going to see if Nat is going to dip in here.
Interested
He
to see
does
what
dip
Rua
into
does
the
as
pits.
well. Rua
The
hopping
Dwight.
10 positions.
The White starting on the mediums. He's going to stay out.
So he's sticking to his strategy. Nat actually puts on the mediums. That's risky, but I like it.
Interesting call, but maybe he feels there's going to be more drama later in the race and he'll have another chance to get a free pit stop.
So yeah, Rua also choosing to stay out on those 6-lap old mediums. So Dwight and Rua, I mean the whole field, the entire field, nobody in the field is on softs right now. Everybody on mediums or hards right now.
Yeah, Power Up and Total Carney are the only two who decided to go on hards. So Carney drops back. He's in P10. He must have had a little bit of a moment.
Yeah, and
somewhere.
I mean, he kind of got saved because I mean he at some point got wing damage because he went into the pits and I peeped in on him. He went into the pits I think lap 4 or 5, and I was like that was pretty early to pit. So. And he did replace that wing, so yeah, it looks like he's still all good to go. I don't necessarily see any floor damage, so the safety car definitely helping him out by squeezing the pack back together. Yeah, we've got guys kind of scattered all over the track, so yeah, like I said, it'll probably be a couple laps before they get back to green racing. But yeah, Routine in his first race back, kind of having a rough one, whereas Azure, I mean, he hasn't had necessarily a stellar race, but he's had a pretty good race in his return after missing the last week, and Routine actually ended up having to miss 2 weeks. So yeah, these boys, you know, in their return, getting some good laps in, but I mean, Routine obviously struggling down there in 16th place.
Yeah, he had that incident where we'll see if the stewards will probably have a look at that later on. I'm sure there'll be some incident reports. Potentially look like he got maybe a little bit of contact, helped him into the wall. Super unfortunate, but
yeah,
looks like it'd probably be one at least. Obviously this lap, but I wonder if it's going to be another lap because the back cars they're still coming around the
they're still
not even starting the last sector yet.
They're a full straight away from each other at the moment. So it looks like we're definitely gonna get at least one more lap for them to catch back up. And yeah, no, it's agonizing being behind that safety car. It moves so slow. But like I said, dude, I think that has, let's see, so luckily, so Canadian is the big loser, I think, in this safety car. Nat managed to get back behind Tails. So I mean the provisional P1 I guess is still Tails and P2 is still Nat, but now Nander, who is Nat's teammate this weekend, subbing in for Not Sir Vapor, is, you know, is the middleman. He's now the barrier between Canadian getting back through to that top 3 fight.
Yeah, we'll look to see how long, because they have 7-lap-old tires, Rua and Dwight and Nander.
Very true. Yeah, Canadian on those fresh mediums.
When they go green, yeah, but the fresh mediums we'll see, because you know Canadian's pace. You know he's going to be looking to make a move and make it up, because you know he's upset how that safety car happened to come out right as he was in the pits.
Yeah,
or right after he had exited the pits.
Yeah, I mean, he was looking to undercut Nat, and then Nat just really got bailed out. So, I mean, Tails luckily he just had the time in hand because he was on pole. But, I mean, that was very, very lucky for Nat. I'm not going to lie. Very, very lucky for Nat.
Yeah, to keep the track position.
Oh, the Mercedes is round! As we were saying that, he's spun on the formation lap. He's missing his wing. He's missing his wing.
Got a little bit antsy for George Russell under safety car. Oh no!
That's so unfortunate.
So the Mercedes is gonna have to pit.
Now Nat
and they're probably about to go
have that
green.
barrier.
Now I wonder if they cross the line here. Oh, okay. No, not this lap, but I wonder if they cross the line with everyone queued up here, is this going to be the last safety car lap? Is Nander about to lose
Oh, it is
real
green.
hard?
We are back to green racing. Okay, I thought we were. It
Wow!
didn't give us any real heads up. I thought we were
No!
still waiting, but Nat has lost 3 positions.
And Tails goes
Wait.
around Rua!
This, oh my gosh, so Tails getting the best of that. He's gone around
He had
Rua.
a great jump and dipped down to the inside in the turn 1. And Goldie and Thunder, they're battling again. Thunder goes around.
They've just been attached at the hip this entire race.
Yeah, no, definitely no warning about the safety car coming in or anything
yeah, no,
there.
it didn't say a safety car in this lap, at least not that I saw. But yeah, I think Nat lost. Well, no, Nat didn't lose any positions off that. I'm sorry, he's still in 4th.
No, his teammate went ahead and retired. Super unfortunate. Yeah, wing damage right as they go green again, but J-Mick makes up a place as well.
Azor is sitting in P6 right now, so I mean yeah, like I said, he's up 3 positions. He started in P9, so not a bad race from him so far. He's kind of lost touch already to this leading pack already, so he needs to get back. In there. He's on those fresh mediums, so he needs to really start making the best of it. But I mean, the 2 guys ahead of him both on fresh mediums as well, so it might be a little bit tough.
Yes, Nat and Canadian are gonna probably look to make a move here on Rua. Rua might get swallowed up here.
And yep, one Mercedes is pulling
down.
out. I don't think the Alfa Romeo is going to be close enough. Crustier T has retired.
He's gonna follow Nat.
Safety car, safety car, safety car. That is really good timing for Nat. They both do make the move. Is this going to cause issues, though? Do they need to give it move? Nope, he did get it done in time. And I love Canadian's helmet. He's got the Senna helmet that I was wearing last night as well. He's got the remake of the Senna helmet. That's so beautiful. Yeah.
As Cruster T and
West Echo as well.
West Echo get into it, and they're both got a penalty, but they're both out.
Yeah, they've both retired. J-Mick coming out of the pits. It feels like he has done dang near 3 stops already. Let me try to check in on him. But it's not necessarily the wrong thing to do in these situations. So, I mean, yeah, J-Mick does have three pit stops already, and he's, still just right outside the pits.
Still P11.
But he's gonna run out of tires here soon. So he's got to stick on one eventually. But Dwight and Tails in the P1 and 2, and dude, this is helping out the mediums. He can definitely make the medium to softs work out for him.
Yeah, with another safety car here.
Yeah.
Wow, he's probably gonna get at least 2 laps
as well, I would say.
Yeah, you might as well at this point.
Yeah, you might. Oh, did the Alfa Romeo just hit the wall there? Doesn't look like it has damage, but I think I did see a little tap.
Yeah, so it went from, looked like the AlphaTauri is now sitting pretty up front, P1, P2.
Right, and I'm wondering now, this might also help Tail. This really might be a 1-2 scrap for them. I don't think Tails will have to pit again. He's already gotten onto those mediums. They're 4 laps old. He's just got another safety car, one safety car under his belt with him. I don't think he's going to have to pit again, whereas Dwight's going to have to obviously put on those softs.
Yeah, at some point he's going to have to come in and do his mandatory stop. And
what could really
Tails
hurt...
could manage these tires. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, what could really hurt Tails is if there is a safety car maybe around lap 18-ish, 17, unless he has a huge gap. Yeah, if we do get another safety car, it could get difficult with the tires, with the decision making. If people decide to pit behind him and maybe he stays out, it's always tough being the guy in first and knowing what decision to make. It's easier when everybody else has, made that decision, so you can kind of make it based on what your opponents do. But when you're in first place and you got to set the tone, set the charge, it's a hard decision to make.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, so with TC as well and stuff, only 5 lap old hards. He's all the way back up P6.
Yeah,
Sitting
but
pretty good too.
he's made up some good positions. I mean, he is on those hards. If I were him, I probably would have gone in for and put on a pair of new
And
mediums
medium, yeah,
during
at
this
this
one, but I can't remember if he
because he
did start
started
on them.
on
He did start
softs.
on the
I
softs, you're
believe,
right. He
yeah.
did.
Hmm.
And then he went into the pits early. So yeah, I think if it was me, I probably would have gone in for those mediums, but I mean, it's easy to say
He elected for
when you're
track
looking.
position
So
at the point.
yeah, you're right.
Well, with 2 safety cars already, and we're only 11 laps
It's
old.
not a bad assumption to think that there will be another.
Yeah. Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, this circuit definitely notorious for that. Everyone's pushing super hard. It's so tight, big walls everywhere, no runoff really. Only a few corners do you have any room.
Yeah, and I mean, if you do go into those runoff sections, I mean, it's still it's basically equal to spinning in terms of positions that or time that you're gonna lose.
You're gonna
just
pull a
gone
Lewis.
straight
You're gonna
on.
drop to
Yeah,
the back.
exactly. So it looks like we're gonna have one more lap. The Ferrari and the Haas still catching the back. So I mean, this is just really mixing things up and going from no safety cars at Monaco. This is definitely a big switch up because I think we've already had 2 plus a VSC. So there's been contact at the front. Yes, and Nat picks up a penalty. What has just happened?
And they're all queued up now.
What has just happened there?
Domino effect. I don't see any damage on Canadian though.
Oh boy.
I'm not sure what that one of them.
So the steward's definitely gonna end up having to look at that one. That one's gonna be, I mean, that could be detrimental for the race. And there's another one. I think they've just picked up 10 seconds.
Oh wow. Tails as well.
Nat Hammer, yeah, 10 seconds. Now Tito, these guys are all just making contact.
Yellow flag.
Oh, so his was
I'm
different. His was ignoring yellow flag for Tito? And it looks like Tito is passing. Did he just pass Rua under safety car?
Yeah, now I'm not sure if
Tito
they came up to the safety car a little bit hot because they were approaching the safety car and maybe
so
they
Tito
weren't ready for the pace to drop down, which you should always keep your eye open for that.
What is going on here? But I don't know if Tito maybe has glitched out of the lobby or something, but he's like passing people currently. Not sure what's going on there, but he has 10 seconds. Both of them were, it said ignoring yellow flags, but it was definitely just passing under safety car. So yeah, definitely a mistake there. And safety car is going to be in this lap. This time we do get a little bit of notice.
A little.
And wow, so that has just shaken things up. 5 seconds on Tails, 10 seconds on Nat, 5 seconds on Canadian. It'll be interesting in the post-race to see what happens there when we interview some of these guys in the top 3, if they make it to the top 3.
This Tails looks like he's gonna get a pretty good jump
jumping
here.
Now, yeah. Or no, he slowed it back down. Has he slowed it back down? He has slowed it back down.
Oh wow!
Now he goes again. I think he's got again.
Playing games here. The White slows it back down because Tails had such a good run at first.
Though. It's still very close.
Yeah, Tails was not fooled by the gamesmanship that time, but Nat and them did lose quite a bit of time on the start.
Everybody making it through turn 1, it looks like. Thunder in P7. I mean, this battle that he's had between him and the 2 Alpines has been pretty intense. He's been sandwiched between the 2 of them for almost
he's in an Alpine sandwich, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, getting back into the race. I mean, everybody's still just filling in. Was that a move at the front? I think somebody, Tails and Dwight, nearly going side by side.
Tails has been dipping his nose in and out here and there, and he's been looking. You don't want to do it here or there. You don't want to dip your nose to the castle. That is a 1 wide section for sure.
Yeah, obviously it goes both ways with, I mean, if one person has penalties, they want to be aggressive and try to get in front of the other person to build a gap. And as they're super close to each other right now, Dwight might actually be holding them up now at this point. So Tails, I think, probably going to use some of that old ERS, try to get past his teammate here.
Yeah, he's gonna have a huge run down this front straightaway. Nat right
No
there as
DRS
well.
yet, though.
No, that'll be 2 laps from now.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
so
White
that
can
is
use
definitely
enough
gonna
of his
help the
ERS to
white for
defend,
sure.
let's do it.
Yeah, because the toe is strong, but you gotta have quite a bit of a run though to make a move
Yeah,
without
it does look like Tails does have quite an advantage on the ERS aspect. He's got about 63 compared to Dwight's 31. So on this straight, I think he's gonna want to make the move happen because this Mercedes of Nat is just on the back of him, and he's not. He's chomping at the bit to get past him. He's weaving now. He's at his teammate, telling him, "Let me get past."
Team
We're
orders.
on different strategies. They are on different strategies, but I mean, it's tough to, you know, let your
It is
teammate pass in this
almost
situation.
bringing Canadian and Azure back into it after that big jump that they had. They're already whittling back at this front little pack here. And he is going to dip around the outside, and they touch. The two AlphaTauri's touch a little bit.
I just missed it, but we're back on board.
Oh,
The leader is hit! The wall!
Castle!
That's caused a major incident! And Dwight Chow in his first race, it ends in misery!
Canadian's missing a wing as well. Canadian loses a wing. I'm not sure how many people have damage.
Oh my goodness, that was...
He hit the bump and it sent him right into the Leclerc wall. Oh no.
That's so unfortunate.
I don't know how Tails did not acquire damage right there because he was
right on the back. I think he just barely avoided him. But then Canadian came up to him, and it just was impossible to avoid him. Luckily, it's a safety car for him, though. He can still manage.
I definitely see Canadian is missing his front wing. I don't think Azure picked up any damage.
And wow,
or Thunder.
Battling between the teammates. Will there be tempers flaring between the two teammates? They were battling. It was so
prior
close.
to that, Tails dipped in down to the inside on the corner before the castle, and they did wheel touch, and it did kind of throw the white off his line, but he got back in front. And I think the white was just trying to get that gap back up.
Tails is going to serve that 5-second penalty in the gap. He's going to put on another pair of mediums. And he did get damage. They repaired his wing. He did get damage.
Okay.
Canadian,
I was almost certain he had to. I mean, he was inches behind him. He definitely ran through him.
Opened this race up. So the two leaders, one of the leader just DNF'd, and the dude in P2 just had to go into the pits, and P4 also having to go into the pits. So, I mean, Total Carney, the current league leader, may have just gotten bailed out.
Again, these safety cars have been bringing him back. Each time he just keeps climbing back, and now him and the Golfy, the Alpines, have just clawed their way back up.
He's just keeping
little by little.
I mean, I still think maybe he should have gone into the pits, put on a pair of mediums, but fair play to him, man. Fair play to him. He can definitely make it to the end of the race, no problem, on those mediums, especially with these two safety cars that have helped him out. So, I mean, maybe he might have. He was on lap 5, so maybe he has 3 safety cars on him. I don't know.
Yeah.
His hards might not even be up to 20% yet.
And he's still got 100% ERS, so he will be looking to defend if he needs to.
Okay, this might actually be a glitch because it's saying everybody is on 100%.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
That is true.
As soon as you said
that,
no,
Power Up is
seen
on
that too.
85, but.
Oh no, no, I see a couple.
I think everybody is.
No, I see some 91s. Actually, yeah, Power Up 91.
Probably, I wonder if anybody took the risk of just under fueling like crazy this race. Because
potentially,
if you didn't under fuel this race, you were currently probably carrying 2 laps too many.
Yeah, with this game, we've noticed that they definitely give you way too much fuel on the standard setup and stuff on most tracks.
It's just tough to know how much to underfuel or overfuel because you have to almost guess, really. Like, I don't know. It's tough.
Until you, true.
It's
until
tough
you,
because you're still running out of fuel. Like your normal pace, you're running out of fuel. So I don't know. It's just odd.
And with this year, you only being able to switch to lean under safety car.
Correct.
Not being able to fluctuate in between and your run, so you gotta save fuel with your foot, not not by switching modes now.
So Nat is in first place right now on the medium tires. And I think Thunder also at some point had an incident because he definitely is complaining a little bit in the chat. So something might have happened to him as well that put him back into P11 and made him go onto those hards that he's on now. But I mean, this has been a chaotic race. This has been a chaotic race, but what do you expect from Bakker?
Routine is gonna throw on a set of softs he did, so we'll see if that works
he can
for
make
him.
those last. That might be really tough to make those last.
I was gonna say, because I think the safety car might be ending this lap, so have at least 10 laps, maybe 9 laps that he has to run.
Yeah, the safety car should come in this lap. They're all bunched up, and they're not even to sector 3 yet. So I would say that hopefully the safety car comes in this lap, and yeah, I would like a 10 clean laps if we can get it, but if it means we get some battles, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, we'd like to get, we'll get back to the racing here very soon. Hopefully this.
I almost want to assume by Nat not taking a pit stop, I almost want to assume he's probably kind of confident that he can get those 2 penalties taken away. I'm not sure what happened for all 3 of them to pick up those types of penalties, but it'll be very interesting to see, yeah, if the stewards decide to take those away and how the classification at the end of this race may change come next week. So we'll see. But safety car is in this lap. The Mercedes backing up the pack as much as he can before he makes a run for it. We'll see what happens here at the restart. The Red Bull and the Alpine are just on his side.
There. Yeah, they are just waiting to pounce. Even though they both had, they all pitted at roughly the same time.
He's gone. I think he's gone. I think he's gone.
He is going. And both Alpines are going to have a run on each other here into turn 1.
Yeah, the Red Bull might be in danger. The Red Bull, he's going to pull out to the side. The Alpine's on the inside. Carney going for the move. No, he pulls out of it. He is on those hards. Azure going wide, almost hitting the wall.
Super wide.
And this is...
Carney is going to make the move.
Too wide.
They don't touch. They make the move, and now it's Golfing got to think about it as
wide. Oh my goodness, this is carnage from P3 and back. They are 3 wide going into this turn. Oh, the Haas makes contact. There's contact. The Red Bull's in the wall.
They're straight on into the wall.
No, the Haas
face is ruined.
Tito, I think, just went into the back of the Red Bull and put him in the wall. That is not the way Azure wanted that to go, but the Alpine of Gelfi getting promoted basically into P3. Now the Alpines are sitting pretty right now, P2 and 3. It's been the Alpha Tauris, now it's the Alpines sitting so nicely up in the podium spots, but
no, and their TC is right there.
It's close. It's very close.
Wheel to wing going through the castle. They're so close. Even J-Mick as well. He is gonna look to make a move coming up.
Oh, was there a little bit of a tap? The McLaren going on the inside. I think I might have seen some damage flying off of somebody. Tails doesn't have a wing.
Oh no.
And the Alpha Tauris race just going from bad to worse. I think the Ferrari, something happening with the Alpha Romeo, I mean, as well. Oh, there's a safety car. That is why. So we get another safety car.
Another safety car is deployed. I can't see. I see a car in the first sector going super slow, but I don't know who it is, though.
Right. I don't know what that safety car was actually for because everybody is still in the race.
And Nat is going to go ahead and go into the pits now. What is he going to throw on?
So Nat, yeah, he's going to have to serve that 5-second penalty. They are going to replace his wing, so he must have got damage at some point. He's putting on the softs.
He's got to throw on a set of softs.
J-Mick also throwing on a pair of softs. And Tails. Well, no, Tails throwing on a pair of mediums. It looks like a pair of old mediums. He's got 9 laps on those already, so J-Mick and Rua gonna look really racy here.
Interesting pit, though, for Nat, because he's going to come back out in 9th place here with I mean, there's only going to be about 8 laps when we go green again.
Right.
I mean,
So, I mean, Routine pitted at that last safety car. He put on those softs, so he's not going to go into the pits again. He's just going to relax. I mean, this is going to help him out because now, I mean, he doesn't have to do as many laps on those softs because I think 10 might have been asking a bit much. They would definitely really fall off a cliff toward the end of that.
oh, that would have felt pretty bad on the last few laps for him.
So now it's going to be a very, very interesting mad dash to the end. I mean, everybody basically on softs or mediums. TC staying out still on those hards. Old Faithful. Old Faithful. But I think
he's going to look to finish.
Gelfie might be looking to make a move here, though, at the restart.
Canadian as well, because he was right there. And Canadian, I've noticed he definitely gets good jumps, good starts. So we'll see how good of a start. If TC can play a little bit of gamesmanship, maybe he can back up the pack and get a good jump and maybe defend just long enough.
It's been interesting that everybody except for Tails has gone kind of early. They've not really utilized the fact that you can go all the way until the finish line. Yeah, you can hold up all the way until the finish line. So, but at that same time, that none of them have been overtaken. So it's worked out.
Yeah, because normally you don't. It's not ideal to give up a big slip the whole way down. But I guess if you can catch somebody sleeping around that last corner. But yeah, so they're gonna do another lap.
Yeah, it should be the last one. And yeah,
yeah,
no, I'm
like
still surprised Carney hasn't maybe tried to go and put on an old pair of softs. But I mean, track position has obviously proven to be very important on this during this race because I mean, with the amount of safety cars, it hasn't been that much racing to do.
Yeah, he would have to serve that penalty. So if he does come in, if he would have came in to pit, would he have came out roughly around where Nat came out? Maybe.
It's hard to tell. Yeah, no, it'll be. I think TC is probably, and as J-Mick picks up another.
Okay, that was interesting there.
I didn't see that.
So I actually was kind of watching around that area, and I didn't even really see nothing happen, honestly. But
yeah, I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of incident reports after this one. That is for sure. Yeah,
because under safety car, any contact you any little bit.
Oh yeah, it's done. It's a auto 5-second penalty.
Yeah, so I'm sure with that penalty, Nat had to serve and change his wing, dropped him back. I forgot about that. He had to change his wing, so TC probably would have came out further ahead if he would have came in and pit in.
And I mean, I think Tails has changed his wing like 2 or 3 times, so it's been, yeah, everybody's been into the pits probably more times than they would have wished.
Yeah, for expecting.
It looks like, let's see, yeah, Routine Lick sitting in 4th place, and he has 4 pit stops. J-Mick also 4 pit stops. Power Up, 5 pit stops. And I mean, it's like normal around here to have at least 3, so yeah, I mean, but the leaders, 1 and 2, 1 pit stop.
Did not realize that. So Routine is going to be the first one on softs. Pretty racy, 3-lap old softs. All of them have been under safety cars, so they're brand new softs.
Are we going to end this lap? Yes, we are.
Yeah, it's going green. So TC's backing him up, and then he goes. We're back green.
Gone a little bit early. Let's see here. Yes, Canadian is looking very racy. Canadian's right on the back of Gelfie already, but I don't think he's going to be close enough here at turn 1. There's still a ways to go. They're almost 3 wide behind him.
No, and the McLaren is going to think about going around.
He decides better of it.
Back out. Yeah, so TC's going to hold the lead.
I think that was a mistake from Gelfie as that opened the door. Canadian necktie right on the back of Gelfie, but I think they're using the ERS. They've all been able to save up so much.
Yeah, at this point, after that many safety cars, it's almost brand new.
Oh, there's a yellow flag. Thunder has DNF'd.
Oh no!
That's so unfortunate.
Oh,
He was
wow,
sitting in P7. That's so unfortunate.
And the bad luck strikes again on Thunder.
Yeah. Just can't catch a break right now. He was doing so well. But, I mean, we're still so close between. Tails has DNF'd as well.
And Tails is DNF'd as well. Hey,
I wasn't able to catch it.
The wall.
It's too many DNFs. It looks like, oh yeah, Canadian is really
Canadian's
racing
right
now.
there.
And Routine, I mean, still sitting behind him as well. And the Alpha Tower, he's going from 1 and 2 to no points at all this weekend. What a crazy race.
That quick. That is how quick fortunes can change before you know it. Oh yeah, Canadian is right there.
Right
He's gonna
there,
have
man.
such a
6
big
laps
run
left.
down here.
If Gelfie's able to defend this for 6 laps, applaud to him. But just they're so close already.
Wow! I can't believe he nailed it around that corner.
They're gonna go side by side here.
Do it side by side all the way.
Swinging
He's
back to the inside.
Back to the inside.
No, back to the inside.
Back to the outside. He's trying to sell the.
He goes on the outside.
He's going on the outside.
The space is left. He makes the move. Done. Routine's also around the outside of Routine. Oh, they're side by side behind him.
Goofy is gonna hold the inside.
Oh, he does manage to keep on to P3.
Canadian with a beautiful move. Routine's gonna lose out to Ruin now.
But Canadian smells blood in the water. TC only a slight 6/10 ahead of him. I mean, this is gonna be. If I don't want to say anything too early, I'm not gonna say anything too early. But he is already right on the back.
Closed the gap so much already. Yeah. No, and J-Mick and them, they were 3 wide there for a second.
Oh, J-Mick's going for the move on the inside of the Routine. He gets pushed
the
on the inside.
The wall.
Oh, and I think he may have ghosted, but it wasn't ghosted because you could just see that by the physics of those cars, he was being pushed as the Haas DNFs into the I am stupid corner. Tito.
Oh, and the other Haas power up has a very narrow avoid it, and he gets his wing clipped. Wow, it looked like he definitely missed it, but clipped his wing off.
So J-Mick just having a
another
race.
safety car. Oh no,
Oh,
Canadian
unbelievable.
was just about to make
unbelievable. I don't
move.
think they're gonna pit. I mean TC could pit, but he's only gonna have about
if I was
2
TC,
laps.
I don't know if I would pit at this point. Yeah, track position is so
at that
big.
Same time, I don't think there's gonna be DRS going into the. There might be 1 lap of DRS when we go back racing. This is gonna be very interesting.
Back is Nat Hammer, who was still in 9th place, did not make anything up. Nat must have had another incident. Look how far back he is.
Yeah, he is all the way.
And TC is gonna go in the pits. TC is gonna go in the pits. Has to serve his penalty.
This is a very interesting decision from TC.
Ah, wow, he's gonna come out.
I think the one safety car he probably shouldn't have gone in on was this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you.
I think he should have gone in for any of the previous ones because now he's
behind.
He's gonna be behind J-Mick with damage. He should be able to make quick work. Azure, I don't know.
Goldfeet does have 15-lap-old tires. A Canadian is 6, but Rua's tires are pretty much brand new. TC may feel that he has more pace than him, but to make up back to the lead is going to be quite an accomplishment if he does it.
I mean, this was...
Because I would say they're going to go back green probably with maybe 4 laps remaining.
Well, no, there's 4 laps now, so I mean, I think they're only
no, I
get
apologize.
maybe
2
or 3.
laps. My apologies. Yeah, 2 laps. Yeah, so 2 laps. That's gonna be quite a tall task to ask of TC there, but we'll see if he can do it and stuff. Canadian now with this safety car is sitting pretty good because we've seen that the cars have been able to defend, like you were saying, pretty good through the first turn, no matter where they start at. They've been able to defend into turn 1 pretty much all race.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, a lot of people not happy right now with how this race has gone. I mean, half the field has DNF'd, and it's been a chaotic race right now. And yeah, I mean, with TC going into the pits, I think maybe a little bit. It just feels like every race we've been robbed of some really good battles.
Potentially great battles. Yeah, no,
and
that
it's
was
not
gonna
even
be.
necessarily the fault of the players. It seems like there's just so many things in this game that continue to hold it back. But nonetheless, I mean, what can you do? Going into lap 23 now, I mean, we surely are going to go in on this lap.
Yeah, the field is basically all queued up now. So yeah, I would agree. Looks like Routine is gonna pit again. Interesting. That was on another set of softs.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that situation because he was in 4th, was he not? Or he was higher up.
I'm not sure if how he would have got damaged there.
I think he just said that his car went into the pits while paused. Well,
he
probably shouldn't be paused.
Had a little bit of damage. Yep, in an auto wing fix. Oh, that's super unfortunate for him. That just crushes his rate, which obviously he's still going to finish in the points because we've had already 8 cars DNF, so all the running cars now will acquire at least some points. That is...
Yeah, this has been one hectic race. I mean, I don't even know what to say right now. The Red Bulls are gonna take home the most amount of points, which if you would have asked me 5 laps ago, even I don't know if I would have been able to say that. So it's just, yeah, this has been an insane race. The Red Bulls.
That last incident almost, the last 2 safety cars right there have run Rua right up into podium position.
Right, and I mean, he's on the softs right now as well. So now he's got the advantage actually on Canadian.
Exactly, yep, brand new soft. Golfy with 16 lap old mediums, and look behind him. Everyone's pretty much on new softs.
Yeah, everybody on new softs, so Gelfie is going to be in danger of losing that podium. And you can't leave out TC. I mean, he's definitely going to have J-Mick based on the penalties. You can't leave out that TC is on those fresh softs as well.
No, we've seen his pace. We've seen him win championships in this league. He's definitely going to be super hungry with fresh softs.
Yeah, Mr. Consistent, as always. I could definitely say that from racing against him. I raced against him 2 nights ago, so here we go. We're going back into this start. Canadian, can he right the wrongs from Monaco and get that 25 points back, get that win back? We will see here as we go back to racing there across the line. And he's got a decent gap over the Red Bull of Rua. And there's a big spin! Oh, the McLaren is around! Nat has just DNF'd. McLaren trying to get spun around.
And power up as well, and Routine already made up a few positions.
So the front 3 make it through. Here comes Carney for a P4. Gonna go for the move on Azure. They do make slight contact. Azure keeps the position, and Routine is right behind him, looking racy as hell. Oh, this is close racing.
Azure with great defense there to hold the inside line.
Very good defense from Azure there. It was very, very clean as well. Only a slight contact. TC made a massive mistake there. I think he's just let Routine there.
Around.
Yes, Routine does get around.
Routine with a beautiful line there. TC with a little bit of a moment. Yeah. And he's going to lose out. Oh, no, and he's in the wall. In the Castle Leclerc it.
Who has done that?
Is that J-Mick? TC.
No.
Goes right into the Leclerc wall, and he loses his wing. He's still going power up.
Yeah, his
good
wing
job
is gone.
To avoid the contact there. Power up was right behind him and swerved out the way. Good job there.
Wow, and what an unfortunate turn of events. TC just made that one mistake, and Rua has also DNF'd. What has happened? Or has he just left the session? I think his car is still going. I think he's possibly lagged out.
Oh no, his car is still going, but with the AI driving,
who knows where it'll go.
At risk.
It does stay on track. Canadian, I think, is gonna have, I think he's gonna have this race though. He's got a nice 3.5 second gap because Gelfie is getting caught up behind the AI. of Rua, and they're gonna get really close. The Red Bulls almost
and
spun him. The Ferrari does spin it. He DNFs. What is happening? There's 6 drivers left. What is happening? Oh my
Azure
goodness.
gets in the back of the other Red Bull, and then routine comes around and just
absolutely ridiculous. The racing standards in this race was so bad. It is. Oh no. And yeah, this has been an insane race. This is looking like USA.
Short does make the move.
2005 was it? I think Indianapolis, where only 5 drivers started. This is terrible. So Canadian, hopefully, just gonna keep it on track. Gonna get his first win in one of the most chaotic races I've ever seen.
The war of attrition, pretty much.
This was literally a war because they were out there killing each other.
The battle for Baku.
Wow. This has been an insane race.
Moves up to P2, and it looks like with 1 lap left, he's probably gonna go ahead and hold off, get back up in the podium position. Golfy looking to make a move here in the final straight. Is he close enough? I don't know if he's close enough. I think
he's
must
closing
still
in
be
really
here.
quick. He's closing in very quickly. Ooh, I don't know though. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get it done. He's on the outside now. Side by side, he does get it done. He does get it done. Golfy onto the podium, or back onto the podium, I should say.
And DRS will be open for Rua here. Is he gonna be able to fight back here? I don't think he's gonna be close enough though. Yeah, as we're only gonna have 6 drivers finish the race. Wow, this is not what we were expecting coming into here, but
yeah, I mean that it's gonna be a long night for the stewards, that's for sure. I don't know what's happened here, but this is just there's gonna be so many different incidents that the stewards are gonna have to look at, but it doesn't matter if you don't finish the race. Nothing can change. So I mean, only 6 people are gonna be taking points here.
yes, we're on the final lap. It looks like there is another yellow flag.
I think that's Azure. Azure's just spun it on the last lap, and he just loses the podium. He's gone from P2 to P4. He's just lost his whole podium.
And he has no front wing. Power up is ready to pounce as well. He's gonna get swallowed
Power
here
up after not having any points this season.
Oh,
this is gonna be ballsy. He does get through.
Beautiful move.
Well done from Power Up. Power Up, after having no points, struggling this season, is gonna probably take. It does look like, yes, he's gonna take P4. So that's a great result for him.
He's gonna get a bag of points.
And I mean,
Azure. And Canadian Necktie is gonna take the win. Golfy. And Power Up moves up, P3.
He moves up to P3. It's a podium. Oh my goodness.
He is gonna acquire a podium in the bag.
I mean,
get my man in here.
Wow. I mean, I don't know what to say. That is an insane race. Only 6 finishers. I mean, a lot of the drivers gonna be upset about that race. That is definitely for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Early look at the chat. Looks like a lot of people are very upset as Power Up does
the Discord is popping off, ladies and gentlemen. It is popping off in the Discord.
Yeah,
we're gonna get our
lot of
podium
upset drivers tonight.
So I mean, our only finishers out of the top 6. I mean, Canadian Necktie in first, getting his first win of the season. Gelfie in second. Power Up from P17 to P3. Azure in P4, losing that podium at the end. Rua in P5, and Carney finishing in P6 after getting damage a few laps from the end, and everybody behind him DNFing. So, I mean, it's just chaos through that race. But we're going to get our podium finishers in here for a quick little interview really quick, and we are going to go on a little intermission as well. What the heck?
Holy shit! Damn. Damn. Oh shit, dude. We gonna get any sleep from this motherfucker. Holy shit. Yeah, you already know. Yeah, people be. Cause I wonder what Tails did then, bro. Fucking, they
Yeah,
Matt and
apparently
them seems
Tails
pretty.
broke. So, happy.
I didn't see it, but
Oh,
yeah, my man just stayed clean the whole time, bro.
oh.
I'm almost upset. I'm upset that Joe didn't get the race in this race, bro. If he could have just stayed clean, and Thunder, that sucks that they both fucking that Thunder wrecked too, man. Fuck, dude, Thunder probably would have been way up
Oh,
there.
yeah.
But ah, man, they thought he was ghosted, but yep, it doesn't do that though.
Hello?
What's up? What's up? Damn, bro, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to keep up with Discord right now, bro. What the fuck, dude?
I'm not even looking at it too much.
Bro, I just happened to look at it and like I was trying to read something and it went away before I could even read it. So many people started writing shit, dude.
Alright, there we go. Yeah, everybody. Oh, shit, I don't even know. My brain is like.
Tried, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
What? I have
Monaco
no.
boys.
I don't understand how we had no safety cars in Monaco.
And seven, or I didn't count, but it felt like seven. Oh, it was a lot. It was a lot.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright, so power up got third, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so he's
I,
gonna get interviewed first.
Yeah, good race, bro. Good race.
thank you, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so power ups first and then go to you ready, Celeste?
Yeah. You gonna start it off, or you want me to?
Yeah. I got it. Yeah, you can start it off with the power.
Okay. Okay.
Three, two, one.
All right, we're here with the post-race interview with the top three, and starting off with the driver of the day power up. You started towards the back, were able to keep your nose clean the whole race, and finish on the podium. Tell us about how you were able to do that today.
Well, first off, I want to say that this race was absolutely crazy. But this was the first race in a while where I actually really took the time to practice. Put a lot of time in time trial, put a lot of times in running Grand Prix, and so I was hoping to finish in the top 15 in qualifying. So finishing outside top 15 was kind of a disappointment. And then this race was just like boiling frustration. I had a mishap where I pulled a Romain Grosjean just trying to warm up my tires. I had lost my
I
wing.
do remember seeing that, yeah.
Yeah, and I just so I don't know how like I just finished on a podium. That's just like it's crazy to me. I have no idea really, but yeah, stick with it.
Yeah, it was a wild, wild race. I mean, I'm still trying to just understand what happened in that race. I mean, Celestial, you sound like, just from Celestial's voice, it sounds like he's still trying to comprehend what happened. But, I mean,
Process and stuff.
amazing race from Power Up to get from P17 to P3 and just keep his nose clean in what was, yeah, like you said, an insanely crazy race. So yeah, no, good stuff from you, man. I mean, do you have anything else, or
I just the no ghosting. There was like a moment where it's like, I don't, is there ghosting or not? And next thing I know, I just sideslied, just ran. Basically, there was a car sitting in the middle of Castle, and I was like, please, I hope there's ghosting, and it just boop, and
no?
then lost
Yeah,
my ring.
ghosting is
Yeah,
ghosting is off. And the only it was
yeah,
on for Monaco just by like because of the like there was a vote for it, but ghosting is
yeah.
off. So yeah, that you gotta learn
No,
the hard way
hey,
sometimes.
hey, it worked in my favor because I landed on the podium. So let's
Right,
keep
you're
ghosting
here.
off.
You're here.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
race. Good
Yes.
no
race.
complaints.
I mean, now
Yep.
on to the second place finisher, Gelfi. I mean, there was at one point when I thought Gelfi would finish in P10. There was one point when I thought Gelfi might win the race. Gelfi, what was that race from your standpoint?
I don't know what to say because I was not supposed to be on the podium today. That was just pure luck. That's not my merit because I chose a setup that was basically destroying my tires. Then everyone started to kill themselves, and I don't know. It was just luck. I've got side pod damage again at the final lap, and someone was slowing me down, and I couldn't overtake him.
Yeah, I saw
But
Rua got
Rozier
disconnected.
managed to overtake, but he spun.
Yeah, I mean, it was just pure chaos every single
That
lap.
was pure luck. I wanted to stop several times, but one time J Meek was alongside me, and I couldn't just throw the car to the left. And but
No, we
I
seen
don't
you
know.
have some good battles with Thunder out there. It looked like you had a lot of side by side battles there where you had to just stay on your line, and you did a great job at it, though.
I was just trying to finish the race without crashing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
And looked like someone is mad at me. They won't report me. I don't know why. I don't remember, but that's it.
yeah. I think we're gonna have a very long night
Um,
in the steward's office. So
Maybe I may lose this podium, but
we'll see what happens. Cause yeah, I'm not too sure what happened there either. But no, a great race nonetheless. Or a crazy one nonetheless, I should say. And yeah, no, we look forward to seeing you in France next week. But on to the first place winner, Canadian. I mean, I want to say that you should probably feel relieved after last week, but I don't. How do you feel right now? Like,
A lot of stuff happened this race. On the 12th lap, the AlphaTauri under slowing down, I ended up hitting the rear of Nat Hammer and get a 5-second time penalty. I subsequently also took damage, and when the next safety car happened, I ducked into the pits for another set of mediums, got the penalty taken off, and, well, drove my heart out.
yeah, I mean, it was a very controlling race from you after that. After that initial set of safety cars. I mean, there were so many, and after that, I mean, the battle with TC. When you saw him go into the pits, were you surprised at all to see him go into the pits, or did you?
I honestly wasn't. He had a penalty, and I thought, he'd probably go for softs. I
Yeah,
took
I
a
mean,
chance, stayed out on the mediums, and it paid off pretty well.
yeah, it definitely paid off because yeah, TC ended up
So
having a pretty unlucky time after trying to come
you
back through
weren't
the field.
you never felt concerned with only a few laps left of holding off the fresher tires behind you. Felt like
I
you had enough
was
pace.
I was very concerned with the Red Bull behind me until after the first lap I realized I pulled almost a whole second. At that moment I realized I think I got this.
Yeah,
Did you feel early in the race when you made that move to undercut Nat, and then the safety car? You're so unfortunate. The safety car comes out right after you happen to leave the pits and stuff. Did you feel at that point that your race was going to be super compromised?
I thought it was more compromised mainly because I was stuck behind a few backmarker cars that managed to get in front of me. I was kind of afraid they would take me out if I went for an overtake, so I stayed very conservative.
True.
Yeah, well,
Played in your hand.
it ended up working. But I mean, that is the end of what is probably the craziest race that I have ever seen here at Baku in round 4. We will be back next Wednesday, same time, same place, this time at France, and we will see you guys next week. Do you have anything else to add, Celestial?
No, no. I would like to thank the viewers and stuff, and